Just like last week, I'm going to start with the most important person in the firm, myself. So, someone want to ask me what I've been up to this week?
Not really.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Boys and girls.
As you can see, we have an extended trial lawyers only CHG weekly recap. This week, we thought Cam was going to be back, but he stubbed his toe, had to go get surgery on it. So, often imitated, never duplicated, but today it was. But Cam, we still miss you. You know, don't hurry back, because I'm holding it down over here. But as you can see, we're back for another week of our weekly recap. And again, just like last week, I'm going to start with the most important person in the firm, myself. So, someone want to ask me what I've been up to this week?
Not really.
Well, then I'll ask myself. Hey, John, what have you been up to this week? Oh, I'm glad you asked, John. What have you been up to? Well, let me start with the boring stuff first. The stuff that you guys hear from me all the time. The stuff that you guys hear from me week after week after week.
Taking deals.
As I throw this firm on my back.
He escaped another trial, and settled the case for about a third of its value. But who's counting?
Well, I don't want you to be fooled. This is not a coffee, but it should be one. Because settle another one. You're welcome, guys. But that was the boring stuff I did this week. Other than that, for me, what I've been up to, had some depositions this week, some pretty interesting ones on some decent value cases, and then it was pretty cool. A lot of the stuff we do is depositions. A lot of office-based work, working with clients. Taking depositions of witnesses, whatever. It was cool to I was back in court today on a hearing, and so it was pretty cool to go there. If you're wondering,
was it virtual or was it in court?
It was virtual, but I bet you're all wondering what happened, but you're forgetting. Tom Brady's trial was a win, even though it wasn't a trial.
He's gonna be retired like Tom Brady too.
Yeah, right.
After 22 more years of successful motion hearings and trials. But yeah, no, I was back in court today on a motion. We had a dispute, a negligent security case about whether we could depose the prisoner. The rule of procedure.
Well, he's in prison, bro.
Yeah, he's in prison. So
it's gonna be inconvenient for the guy that's in jail for 30 years.
Yeah. That was definitely the argument. But yeah, no, we couldn't resolve that short of going to the hearing, so I was able to go in and get that authorized. So that was pretty cool. And then other than that, I got to meet with our new senior paralegal.
Senior trial paralegal.
Yeah. So I had a very good meeting with her today, talking about different things that we're going to implement, how we're going to take the litigation department really to the next level and maintain the level of service that we give to our clients right now, and really take that up a notch and start doing better. So it's been a pretty productive week for me. Fun week, got to do really a little bit of everything. So that's what I've been up to. So we just went from the most important person in the firm. So let's go to the least. I can't choose, so you guys want to do it at the same time?
I'll volunteer. So this past week, it's actually been a really great week. Started to kind of settle back in after vacation a few weeks back.
Yeah, about a few weeks. It was like 3 months.
Yeah.
I'm settling back in, bro.
And yeah, just kind of getting caught up on everything, and yeah, it's just been kind of exciting, just kind of feel like I'm operating on all cylinders, getting a lot of things done. Actually, looks like I settled the case today for the policy limits, which was actually kind of nice. Got some things moving on, and
plea, aborted trial.
Yeah, the difference was I got the maximum that you could possibly get. This guy got 30% of what we were actually projected to get, but that's okay. Yeah, hey John, you don't got to say about that, do you?
I can't breathe flying confidence.
Yeah, don't worry. I use that excuse all the time. Attorney-client privilege, But yeah, then I actually had a meeting with, I guess, our senior paralegal. She's kind of in that role, also kind of like an operations, supervisory role as well, because, despite the fact that, we're essentially the owners of the firm, we still need people to kind of hold us accountable, because, we're really good at doing our job. We're, I'd say, fairly disciplined, but some of us are way more than others. And it's going to be really great. We're excited to kind of have her a part of the team, just to kind of keep us accountable and monitor like the different systems and things that we have in place, that we're always kind of leveling up and getting better every day. So I had a meeting with her yesterday for a couple hours, just kind of went over everything in the precinct division, spoke about a lot of things that everybody kind of deals with at the firm, so she can kind of level up too and just kind of understand how she can manage us better. And that was pretty much it. But no, I'm really excited. Things are going great. great. Things are moving in the right direction. And now that I got some time in between from that trial that Cam and I were in, like about a month and a half ago, I'm just kind of catching up on a lot of that work and trying to knock down cases and kind of keep the cash flowing into the firm. So yeah, it's been pretty good.
Yeah, this guy's been busy on a trial, on vacation over the last 4 months. He's catching up. So, I'm glad you're putting in the work.
Yeah.
Nice life, I know. Nice life. But Igor, how about you, man? Enough about me.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah. Man, it's been a long week, really. A lot of it was spent onboarding Sean. So like we meet every day for like a couple hours. Sometimes it's a little less, sometimes it's a little more, but every day we're doing that. Just because like the position, like the higher the level of position, we feel the more onboarding needs to take place. The more you gotta instill, the more you have to like make sure they know about the firm and the culture and all that stuff. So like if you're coming in and you just have one role to do and it's like a very defined and very small role, like maybe I'll meet with you like twice a week or something for the first week, and then you kind of know what you're doing. Or maybe like our office manager will meet with you, a couple times a week, and then you go through the training, and then you know what you're doing.
But time out. Because what Igor is saying here is, if he doesn't meet with you, you're not important. And I don't want anybody at our firm to feel that, because, by the way, there isn't anybody that he hasn't met with. So
That's true. No, not at all. Not at all. It's just a matter of like, so we build these, like, we call it the onboardings, but they're basically training packages that are done through the system. And so when somebody comes in, let's say like we hire a scheduler, right, which is a role in the firm, they'll come in, they'll do a scheduler onboarding, they'll do like the training package. And that pretty much like teaches them what they're supposed to do. And then there's some exercises that they do to help us know that they learned what they were supposed to do. And then you're basically on your own after that. Like you do the 1 week and you're good to go. But the more involved the role, the more complex the role, it's hard to have an onboarding that can just put you through the system and then you come out the other end and you know everything you're supposed to know. So with Sean, which is like a higher level role, a more involved kind of role, then we knew that was going to be impossible. Like we couldn't just put it through the system and like hope that she came out in the other end knowing everything. And so it takes a lot of time to get up to speed. But it's been good. It's been good. I've enjoyed it. It's been a good teaching exercise for me as well, or a good learning exercise for me as well. Like just knowing all the things that somebody that comes in at that level needs to know that I kind of take for granted just because we've been doing this for so long, the way that we do it. So it's been good. And then I did a lot of legal work. We have this case with a very good client that got pretty severely injured at a spa. And so I took a couple of depots in that case and did a bunch of research on it, and eventually come to find out that like for the last 13 years, they have not inspected to make sure that the furniture is like in the right condition, that nothing's like breaking, that nothing's getting old, that needs to be replaced. So essentially the head of safety is saying like, we never thought it was an issue because nobody got hurt before. So like, I guess until somebody gets hurt, they're really not doing anything about it, which
One freebie.
yeah, you get one freebie. You really hurt somebody real bad once, and then you gotta start taking care of people. It's like it's a special case because it goes to the heart of what we do as personal injury lawyers. Like when we talk about personal injury lawyers, everybody's talking about the money and this and that, but ultimately what's gonna happen moving forward is that they're gonna then start inspecting their furniture to make sure that it doesn't really injure somebody because we brought this case. And they're gonna have to pay a lot of money to make this case right, and so as a result of that, they're gonna make sure it doesn't happen again. So now like we can prevent somebody else in the future being injured because now they're gonna have an incentive to make sure that they're inspecting the furniture, and they can't just sit back and be like, oh, like it's never happened before. We'll wait until somebody gets really hurt or somebody gets killed or whatever to start doing something about it. So I don't know, it's a special case. It's a very good client and we have a good relationship, and I'm looking forward to seeing it through the end. But I did a lot of work in that case this week and it felt pretty good. But other than that, like that was pretty much it. So,
yeah. I think it's a good week all around. Before we go, I want to make a few suggestions on what to watch on TV. There's a good show on Amazon Prime called Bosch. Highly recommend. There's another one called Counterpart. That's with the dude J.K. Simmons, I think is his name.
The one I fell asleep on?
Yeah, that's the one that he fell asleep on, but you can't go by him because Igor's got issues with settings. But yeah, Counterpart, Bosch, and then the other one that I've seen is on Netflix called Night Action. That one was actually pretty decent.
I think I saw it.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. But great week, boys, and let's let's wish Cam a speedy.
Oh yeah.
toe
By the way,
strike recovery.
I don't know if this is true. I heard that he had a trial coming up, but he faked an injury, and that's why he's not here.
It is what happened. Stubbed his toe, bro. That's why I can't be here. See you guys next week.
Later.